Welcome to BNN's election night. Let's get started with our first round of poll closings of the night. We start in Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Florida. Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia are too close to call. Florida goes to Pinky. Currently in Georgia, we see 81.25% going Republican, 6.25% going towards Pinky, 12.50% going toward Democrat, and 0% going for others. Currently in Alabama, we see 66.67% going Republican, 22.22% going towards Pinky, 11.11% going towards Democrat, and 0% going to the others. Currently in Mississippi, we see 16.67% going to Democrats, 0% going towards other, 66.67% going to Pinky, and 16.67% going towards Republicans. We have the second round of poll closings tonight in Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia. Republicans get Tennessee and Kentucky. Pinky gets Virginia. North Carolina, South Carolina, and West Virginia are too close to call. In West Virginia, we see 50% going to Pinky, 25% going to Republicans, and 25% going to Democrats as of now. In North Carolina, 12% goes to Democrats, 6.25% goes to the others, 25% goes to Pinky, and 56.25% goes to the Republicans. In South Carolina, 66.67% goes to Republicans. Pinky, other, and Democrat are tied at 11.11%. We have more poll closings of the night. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. In Indiana, 54.55% goes to Pinky, 36.36% goes to Republican, and 9.09% goes to Democrats. 0% goes to the other party. In Ohio, 82.35% goes to the Republicans, 11.76% goes to Pinky, 0% goes to the others, and 5.88% goes to Democrats. In Pennsylvania, the Democrats have 26.32%, others have 21.05%, 31.58% goes to Pinky, and 21.05% goes to the Republicans. This state will be confusing because it is anyone's game. In Michigan, 60% goes to Democrats, 6.67% goes to the others, 26.67% goes to the Pinky Party, and 6.67% goes to the Republicans. In Wisconsin, 20% goes to the Democrats, 60% goes to the other party, Pinky Party gets 10%, and the Republicans get 10% too. We have more poll closings in New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Democrats get Vermont, Connecticut, and New Jersey. New Hampshire, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., Massachusetts, and Rhode Island are too close to call. In Delaware, 66.67% goes to the Democrats, 0% goes to the other party, 0% goes to Pinky, and 33.33% goes to the Republicans. In Maryland, 50% goes to the Democrats, 20% goes to the others, 10% goes to the Pinky Party, and 20% goes to the Republicans. This is another situation like Pennsylvania where this could go multiple different ways. In the District of Columbia, there is a three-way tie between the Democrats, Pinky, and Republican, all at 33.33%. The other party has a 0%. In Massachusetts, 45% goes to the Democrats, 9.09% goes to the other party, 27.27% goes to Pinky, and 18.18% goes to the Republicans. Once again, this is a situation like Pennsylvania where this could go multiple different ways. In New Hampshire, 75% goes to the Pinky Party and 25% goes to the Democrats. In Rhode Island, 75% goes to the Democrats and 25% goes to Pinky. We now have projections for Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Pinky wins Alabama. Pinky wins Mississippi. The Democrats win Georgia. Republicans win North Carolina. The Pinky Party wins South Carolina. We've got poll closings in Maine and New York. New York and Maine are both too close to call. In New York, 21.43% voted for Democrats, 17.86% voted for the other parties, 35.71% voted for the Pinky Party, and 25% voted for the Republicans. Maine's polls are having technical difficulties. We have results for Indiana and Ohio. Indiana goes for Pinky, and Ohio goes for Republican. We have more poll closings in Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, Louisiana, Missouri, and Kansas. Republicans get Oklahoma, Missouri, and Louisiana. Arkansas, Kansas, and Texas are too close to call. In Kansas, 66.67% is voting for Republicans, 16.67% is voting for Pinky, and 16.67% is voting for Democrats. In Arkansas, 66.67% is voting for Republicans, and 33.33% is going for Pinky. 0% is going for other parties and Democrats. Here's where things get complicated. 45.00% goes to Pinky, 35.00% goes to the Republicans, and 20% goes to the Democrats. We now have poll closings in Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota. Minnesota goes to the Democrats. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa are too close to call. In Iowa, 66.67% goes for Democrats and 33.33% goes for Republicans. In Nebraska, 100% goes for Republicans. In South Dakota, it is tied between Democrats, Pinky, and Republican, all at 33.33%. In North Dakota, 66.67% goes for other parties, and 33.33% goes for Pinky. Looking in Michigan, which formerly was 100% Democrat, it is now 60% Democrat, 6.67% other, 26.67% Pinky, and 6.67% Republican. Pennsylvania is now 68.42% Pinky, 10.53% Democrat, and 15.79% Republican, and 0% other party. We now have projections for Wisconsin and West Virginia. Pinky will win Wisconsin, and Republicans will win West Virginia. We have more poll closings in Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and California. Democrats win Colorado. Republicans win Utah. Nevada, California, Arizona, and New Mexico are still too close to call. In New Mexico, 60% voted for Pinky and 40% voted for Democrats. In Arizona, 54.55% voted for Democrats, 36.36% voted for Pinky, and 9.09% voted for Republicans. In California, 44.44% voted for Democrats, 3.70% voted for other parties, 29.63% voted for Pinky, and 22.22% voted for Republicans. We are now able to make projections in Kansas, Arkansas, Texas, and New Mexico. Arkansas and Kansas go for Republican, while Texas and New Mexico go for Pinky. We now have poll closings in the Northwest, which is Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. Idaho and Wyoming go for Republican. Oregon goes for Democrat. Montana and Washington are too close to call. In Montana, it is tied between Pinky and Republicans, both at 50%. In Washington, 58.33% went for Pinky, 33.33% went for the Democrats, and 8.33% went for the Republicans. We are now able to make projections in Iowa and South Dakota. South Dakota went for Republicans, while Iowa went for the Democrats. We are now able to make predictions in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Pinky wins both, closing the pink wall. We are now able to make predictions in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Pinky wins both, closing the pink wall. Polls have now closed in Hawaii and Alaska. Alaska goes for the Republicans, and Hawaii goes for Pinky. We can now make projections in Nevada and Arizona. Arizona goes for Pinky, while Nevada goes for Democrats. We can now make our final projections of the night. We can project that Montana will go red for Republicans, and California will go pink for Pinky. BNN projects Pinky Ulka will be the 48th President of the United States.